cognitive offloading, you guys probably know this concept, and it's this notion that when you rely on external tools, you sort of dull your own mind, right? And you use Waze and you like lose your ability to navigate, right? And who cares, right? Nobody really knows whether, it doesn't matter whether I can get myself to, Juniper Valley Park in Queens on foot or whether I can do it with Waze. It does matter when you come to AI, right? And if you're using AI to write, right? You're using AI to like do creative stuff, you weaken the skills in your mind. I think you should use AI all day, every day, but I also think you need to be careful. So now to step back, when I was at the New Yorker, I was in my 30s, which is a time where sometimes people feel like you can't get better at stuff, right? Like maybe you can accrue more responsibility and you can learn about an organization and you can learn more about the world and you can network, but you're kind of locked into your skill set. And when I started at the New Yorker, I was like, yeah, man, I can't write as well as these people, right? You're around these people who are amazing writers, right? And like, and that's okay, right? My job as an editor, my job isn't to write, but it also inspired me to work really hard. And so I spent a lot of time at the New Yorker while I was there. I would like read their stories out loud. Right? I remember I would just sit down. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take 3 Larissa McFarquhar stories and I'm going to read them out loud. I'm just going to see what she's doing because she's a better writer than I am. And through that process, through the process of editing, through the process of being there and absorbing, or I would read David Remnick's stories out loud to myself and I would study them. What is he doing? I would try to understand what is the difference between his prose and Kelefa Sané's prose. They're both amazing. And through that process, I got much better at writing. Not as good as they were, but much better. And my writing improved more in those years than any other point in my life. Besides maybe, I guess, middle school, right, when you learn how to do it. And it was a good example of taking a task that maybe we think we have fixed ability in and really pushing myself to get better. So now in the age of AI, how would I go through that process, right? Because there'd be a temptation to do the things that make it worse. Okay, well, I can't quite figure out how to write this. Hey, write this in the style of David Remnick, right? And so you can use the tools to get worse and to have your skills decline and you can still kind of get through. Or AI does open up the ability to actually use the tools to get better, right? Hey, guide me through the difference between this prose and that prose. Help me understand what's happening here. Critique this prose that I've written. Explain to me why it falls short. So I think that the process of cognitive offloading is a scary one. It's a scary consequence of AI. I talk to my children about it. But the same tools that could end up weakening our minds and our creative skills can be used to strengthen them.